What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to be changing the oil on my 2017 BMW M4. No special tools required, super straight to the point, super simple, super easy. You can do this yourself at home. First things first, you're going to want to get your M4 up off the ground in some way. I'm just using these plastic ramps. And pull this lever twice to open your hood. Then you can lift your hood up and go ahead and get started. Quickly, let me show you how to identify what you're looking for. This right here is your oil fill cap. This right here is your oil filter cap. So you'll need to remove this, you'll need to remove this. But first, we'll have to drain the oil. You're going to need a drain pan. You're going to need your oil. This is my recommendation right here. Here's the oil filter and filter number. If you order this kit on FCP Euro, then it comes with everything that you're going to need. It doesn't come with an extra drain bolt, so if your drain bolt is stripped, make sure you order an extra drain bolt separately. It holds 6.5 liters, by the way. This is an S55 engine, inline 6, twin turbo. You're going to need a funnel. You're going to need just a regular oil filter wrench. Most people have these. This is like the bigger size of the two that you can usually get. And you're going to need a 17mm ratchet and socket here. So if you get up under the car, your oil drain plug is right here. There's only one on this car. Unlike the previous some of the previous M cars, like the S85 and S65, they have two drain plugs, but this one only has one. So it's a 17mm. Break that nut right there loose, and then make sure that when you torque this back, that this is an aluminum pan, so make sure when you torque that back that it's to the correct torque spec, and I'll put the torque spec here up on the screen for you. I would recommend that you let your car warm up to regular operating temperature before changing your oil so that it thins out a bit and it will drain easier. Oil still looks pretty clean. This has a little bit over 5,000 miles on it. I change in 5,000 mile intervals. Yeah, the oil still looks quite clean. I don't see any metallic or anything reflective in it, but we'll also check out the oil filter while we're at it. Now that we're up top, we can remove this oil filler cap here, and it should drain just a little bit faster down at the bottom. Make sure that you remove this old crush washer before putting your drain bolt back in after your oil finishes draining completely. Here's the new one. Here's the old one. Almost lost it. Definitely make sure to replace that. That easy. I would recommend before you break this loose that you go ahead and put some paper towels down and around this, because it does lean just a little bit to that direction here. And then you can go ahead and break this thing loose. Just like this right here. Crack it loose. Now go ahead and slowly take it off. You might get some spillage out here to the side. That's what those paper towels are in there for. Just kind of let that drip in there. And just flip it upside down. Carry it to wherever you need to carry it to. And then you can go ahead and pull it out. So take your oil filter cap, and you're going to want to remove this tiny little green rubber seal. You will get a new one in your kit, and you're going to want to remove this rubber seal right here that goes around the cap. That one right there. And you're going to want to just slightly lube it up with some oil that's already there. That way when you tighten it down, it doesn't bind it up. It does come with another crush washer in there, so just save that in case you need it. Now go ahead and wipe this out, and then you can install your filter. I always put the numbers actually facing up into the top of the cap. Just like that. It's always a good thing to check through your filter and just make sure that there's no metal shavings or anything like that in it, but I'll do that later. I would recommend going ahead and putting some lintless paper towels down in here and soaking up all of that leftover oil. So after you've done that, it should look something like this right here. Basically the goal is to get as much of that dirty old oil out of there as you possibly can. Obviously you can't get it all, and inside the engine there's going to be lots of residual old oil, so that's why it's really important to change your oil frequently and consistently with whatever you choose to do. I do mine every 5,000 miles and I always use the same oil, liquid moly 5W40 moly gen. Cool thing about this oil is if it leaks, you can actually shine a UV light on it where you think there may be a leak, and then it'll glow. So now you can go ahead and put your filter back down in here. Alright, so here I am snugging it up. And that's all you need. Now wipe off any residual oil, and if your car is done draining, go ahead and put your bolt back in at the bottom. Looks like mine's still draining, so I'm going to let it drain for a little bit longer and then I'll come back to it. Alright, after you get your drain bolt down there tightened up, it's 18 foot-pounds. Then I go ahead and pour in one of the little ones. Make sure that your funnel is clean. But I pour in a little one first, then I pour in the big one, and then that makes it really easy to get 6.5 liters accurately. Then I'll take these containers and I'll just sit them on their side like this, let all that oil collect down here as I'm pouring in the other ones, and then there's going to be a little bit left in there, so then I also add that to it. Alright, now we're going to pour this one in. Now we're going to pour in half of this one. So we're going to pour to this fourth line right here. And there we go. So remember when I said that I was going to set this on its side and let that oil collect? Let's see how much oil collected that most people would have just thrown away. This is out of the little container. I like to use every last drop because this stuff ain't really that cheap, and they also don't sell it in any stores around me. Now let's see how much we would have thrown away if we didn't do that with this bigger jug. I'd say at least a couple ounces, and to me it's better in my car than it is in the trash can. Now honestly, I have no idea why anybody would take their car to a dealership and pay them $400 or $500 and they're going to use worse oil than this when you can do it yourself in about 20 minutes with basic tools at home. So beats me, but that's why I'm showing you this video. Put your cap back on, and there we go. And just like that, you can continue to daily your 500 plus horsepower car just like it's a regular car. That easy. Now would be a good time to go ahead and check your coolant levels and anything else that you may need to check, like your windshield wiper fluid. Okay, so the last step is to click your ignition on. Do not have your foot on the brake. Go ahead and do that. And then right there it says service due in 460 miles. Wait until all of that goes away. Then you can go ahead and press and hold this button right here on the dash. Engine oil, reset possible. Click and hold it again. Reset, it's asking again, hold it. Reset in progress. Alright, there we go. So now it says 10,000 miles until the next oil change. Vehicle check, I need to reset that one as well. Do not ever wait 10,000 miles between an oil change. That's how BMWs get their terrible reputation, because people will wait 10, 15,000 miles on their oil changes just because the car recommends it, and that is not at all what you should do. So now we're going to turn the ignition back off, foot on the brake, let the car warm up for about 5 minutes, let the oil circulate, and then you're ready to go. Thanks for watching. Let me know if you have any questions, and hit that subscribe button, hit the bell notifications button. I appreciate you watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Thanks.